Okay. This would be her second letter as a wrestling manager. Okay, now for the wrestlers. Let's see, I gotta find my right notes here. Start with the sophomore, Charles. Charlie's second letter, he was 40-2 this year, only pinned 20 people. I don't know what the deal is there. About the fourth highest total we've had in a year, I think. Obviously, second in the state tournament, everybody knows that. Well, I meant ever. Second highest this year, yeah, I meant not ever, sorry. His second letter, state qualifier as a freshman and second this year. Charlie had to take his lumps at practice usually. If he wasn't getting beat up by CJ, he was getting beat up by Wayne, or he was getting beat up by his dad.
Or I could say CJ and Tim, but you wanted to get beat up by me.
These guys had some epic struggles in the practice room. I think Wayne won the last match like 26-24.
No, I never lost.
I never
He
beat
just
her.
ran out of time.
He get called for stalling in overtime last time.
But I ref my own match.
So I got it backwards. It was 26-24, just to make sure Charlie's happy, not crushing and pouting at me. Ska? That's reflex ska. That's usually the ska. So this would be Charlie's second letter. There you go. Joey, he kept working at it. He's gotten better as the year went on. In the beginning of the year, you could just see he was out. Mr. Witt, come on up. Generally, we make the cutoff at about 6 matches to letter, but since where's Herky at? Over here. Herky this year, this year, every year, always seems to have something hurting on him. Between a hamstring and a shoulder, and now an ankle or something. Practice today, maybe, or something. I don't know. Zachary. Is it Zachary? Or just Zach? Zachariah. Okay. Zachariah?
It's a Monday.
34-4, state qualifier. Rough to Jer, I think the only thing he'd shave would be his head rather than his chin. He's always got a beard until the day before a meet. It doesn't take him long to grow one. All these other guys, they don't need razors. Jake was 36-11. 11 losses, 3 up the MAC. Yeah, but he did pin you. You got a reversal on him. I think maybe the only one this year. Run with it, okay? I got one reversal on him in the year. We don't know that, but nobody else does. 36-11 with 16 falls, third time in the state meet. I was telling him early part of the year that qualifying is no longer. Hey. Dane, 38-2 this year. 14 falls. She has the most technical falls? The most, with 5. He told me to mention that. You can pay me later. You can pay me later. Okay? 5 technical falls, quite a few majors too. I don't remember, 6 or 7 probably, somewhere in there. Been in the state tournament 3 times. He's about 4th in our all-time win list. 3rd now, I think. Yeah, he moved into 3rd actually. I'll find it real quick, just so I know for sure. Yep, he's 3rd, about 3 behind our 2nd place guy, so that'll go down pretty early next year. Probably about the 3rd tournament since he gets to bye every tournament for some reason. He's pretty good at that. So I'm going to let Tim draw all the time this year. He's no better than me, but he can blame somebody else that way. Qualifier, 3rd in the state tournament last year, 3rd in the state tournament this year, Again, same situation with Jacob, got beat to the quarters in a tough match to lose. I thought maybe we had won and something happened. If you want to talk to a happy dad, talk to Brett's dad, because Brett used to play basketball and Brett's dad wrestled. So there was probably some mixed feelings there. And then he said he wanted to go out for wrestling, and I'm sure his chest about doubled in size right then. Where is he at? There he is. Look at him. He's smiling. Like, hey. So he wrestled when? He wrestled in about 5th grade. I don't remember it. I bet. Okay, like we talked about with Taylor earlier, these two, him and Taylor went back and forth after Herky got hurt to get in the lineup. Picked up 6 wins in the varsity. He wrestled some pretty tough kids too, and took some losses that way. You don't know?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, some absolute horses you got beat.
Yeah, I know.
College bound kid.
That's close,
Jonathan is his real name. Won half his matches this year, 8 falls. Last year he begged me to give him a fish hook even though he had 9 falls. Now he regressed to 8. I don't know what's going on there. I guess he wants to wrestle 6 minutes all the time. Not been anybody. Type of deal. Like I said, half his matches made the finals in a couple tournaments. One tournament earlier in the year. How many takedowns did he have? You don't know? Come on, Scott. Yuska, 31-7, 14 falls. We got to get him over that last hump and get him to the state tournament. I thought maybe we were hurting when he got beaten at Wrestleback at districts, which about killed me anyway. I'm sure it was worse for him. 31 wins this year, some big wins. He beat Broom, who he's had trouble with before. One of the tough kids. And like he said, you wrestle a kid 3 times in 2 weeks. It's tough to win all 3 of them, and that's kind of what cost us, I think. They knew what he wanted to do, and it's just a tough spot to be in when it's a wrestleback and you have to wrestle that kid 3 times in 2 weeks. Work. Oh, 43-0, 36 falls, 2 technical falls, 3 major decisions, and 2 forfeits. No regular decisions on the season. Didn't give up much of anything. Oh, he only had, though, terrible. He only had 2 escapes. Just terrible. He can't get out there. 2. Okay, 43 wins is a school record. The 36 falls is a record by a bunch. We'll get into this stuff a little later. More of this stuff. I don't know what you can say other than the guy's won 4 state titles. That's probably says it all right there. If he didn't have workout partners like Paskovic, or, like I said, 2 escapes. And Gunther, yes. Gunther, what is the deal? That reception we had, everybody here, Gunther's the reason that I'm this good, I'm this good, I'm this good. He never said my name once. So I guess we know who the heart and soul of the team is. It's Gunther. We'll get to him in a minute here. And this guy, who I will publicly chastise now, he was on the radio. I have people that heard this. Shut up. He was on the radio after the tournament. After the tournament? Yeah, after the tournament. And he's talking about this and that and the guys in the team and all the coaches, Tim, Wayne, Pablo. I'm kind of going.
Toby.
He did not.
Let's do it. I was said Toby.
My brother will swear on the Bible you didn't say my name.
Yeah.
It's just because he stays on the opposite side of the room from me, he wants nothing to do with me. That's the thing. He won't admit it, but I taught him all that stuff he does. Legs, rolling on your own back, everything, all that stuff. I taught him. We'll go over his stuff a little bit here again later, his 4th letter. I want Kyle and Gunther and Sam and Tugger. Come on up here together. Okay. Kyle, Wayne kind of went over some of this. It's tough when you're a senior, you're not the varsity kid, or you got to come in and wrestle with me every day and get beat up, even though there's days I think I was the one going home hurt more than him, just because this was the one year he was heavier than me, so I was heavy, wasn't I, Thunder? And I was falling on you, wasn't I? Yeah, okay. These are the guys you want to keep in your program. It's pretty easy when you're not the varsity guy and a senior to just say, I don't need this, to be out the door. It's real easy to do. I have a lot of guys who want to be part of this program now. It's real important, like I said, to have guys in a room like this. I mean, Gunther, who's wrestled varsity before, Kyle has some, Sam did, and Tucker did last year, and now not wrestling varsity just because a couple of them are the wrong weight. We got tough kids there. Tucker was trying to get down, didn't quite get there. Sam's new at it, but decided to go out. I don't know who talked him into it. It wasn't Luke? No, it wasn't Luke, okay. Again, it's, I want to thank these guys for sticking around. And, Gunther's personality here. You are, every one of these guys, thank you. Didn't say Wayne, didn't say me, didn't say Tim. And, okay? No, helpful. I'm just being smart. So, Kyle, I think, your second letter, Kyle? Yeah. Okay, his second letter. Early on that Josh was kind of competitive. When I think he lost his first match and was mad at himself. He never wrestled in his life. I like to see that because basically with wrestling, the number one thing is you got to not like to lose. If people ask me that, that's about the first step. You got to take losing hard to get any better at it. Wish we'd have had it 2, 3, 4 years ago now. Picked up 28 wins this year with 18 falls, so he gets a lot of falls too. About third on the team in 18 falls. He's on our list for all-time wins in falls now. About 65 or so wins, probably about 35 falls. Big step forward this year. He was a 500 wrestler last year, and then this year is 28. A whole lot of these things, Our fish hooks, 10 or more falls in 30 seconds or less. And there's a big list of them. We'll start with 10 or more falls. I'll just kind of have them come up here and tell you what they did. Dane Ryder, 13 falls. Matt Yuska, 14 falls. Matt Herkelman, 14 falls. Jacob Peterson, 16 falls. Zach Ingalls, 16 falls. Mike Moore, 18 falls. Charlie Ellison, 20. And CJ Ellison, 36. A lot of falls there, and we broke the school record for falls in the season this year at 182.
What was it?
176. So we probably broke it about districts, somewhere in there. Over half our wins are falls. 350 wins, 182 falls. That's a pretty good percentage. We got a bunch of penners on this team. We kind of do that. We preach a lot of that. If we get a guy in their back, finish him off, get it over with. Except when CJ gets in his tilt move, or Charlie now more than him. Charlie wants to be a tilt move, I guess. Still got 20 falls, I guess I should shut up, right? Contradict myself. Okay, now another list. These are for falls of 30 seconds and under. This is a pretty long one too. I hope everybody brought a pillow. Chico, 30-second fall. Just North Polk. I missed that.
Yeah, in the Veda.
Oh, yeah? Okay. Jacob Peterson, 30 seconds in East Union. Zach Ingalls, 25 versus Lisbon. Let's see. Okay. Zach Ingalls, 23 second fall. What was that look you gave me there? What was that?
Maybe all the way back.
Not all the way back. I wanted to. Josh Randall, 23 seconds versus Charlie Edelson, 18 versus Charlie. CJ, 26 versus Turkey Valley in the district tournament. CJ, 12 versus Wapsie Valley. Okay, Brett Ryder, Brett Ryder, Brett Ryder, Brett Ryder, Brett Ryder. 5 of them. 20 seconds against Charles City in our tournament, 18 against Belmont, 14 against Belmont the same day, 14 versus Rockford, and 9 versus Dyke in a duel over there. And again, I think that's just excellent coaching. Okay, now we'll move on to this individual awards, some more stuff here. First thing, we tied for the team dual meet championship this year with Union when Wapsie helped us out and beat Union in a duel. So the guys in the varsity get medals for this. I guess I can all just I can go over here, make it a little easier. Let's see. CJ gets one, Charlie gets one, and David gets one. Josh. Sorry, man. Zach. Let's see. Brett gets one. That's okay. Dane. Nate. Nate got more matches in the conference anyway. And you guys are going to make me walk clear over there, aren't you? Yeah, jeez. Okay, and then these other guys over here, Joey, Cookie, and Micah, and Berkey. This is the first time that we've had a piece of the dual meet title since I was a senior in high school. I was the coach.
Point that night. First, when I jumped him and he fell over the guy that he just pinned from LaPorte, and we're in a pile in the middle of the mat, and the match hadn't been over yet. And the official looked at me and he said, "Coach, I'm going to have to take a point away from you." And I looked up at the scoreboard, and we still won like 33 to 32 with the point. And I looked at him, I said, "Okay."
You always got to tell a story.
And you did notice that he said that was the first team point he lost. He is the all-time leader in Hudson, I think. Well, wrestling-wise, I think Ken Dobert got him beat. Yeah. But he's lost team points for us twice. One was on a call where he went. He's called the ref sir, which I think is the one that set it off more than anything. We call him sir, knowing he was being a little sarcastic, maybe. Okay, all conference stuff. And I knew I'd do something. I knew I'd forget to do something. I got the sheets, but I didn't get them printed yet. So I'll just kind of list them off here. You get all conference team is determined at the conference meet. Some of the coaches don't like it, but we like it because we've got us about 6 kids that way. Zach, Dane, Jacob, Charlie, and CJ, all first team all conference this year. And Yusuke was second team all conference. It's the top 3 are all conference. And CJ was voted outstanding wrestler of the conference meet that day. Okay, some more awards. Most falls, we've heard this. CJ gets that with 36 falls for the season. Brett gets a certificate for the fastest fall in the varsity with 9 seconds against a kid from Dyke. I will mention at this time that Gunther beat that this year in 6 seconds on a JV match. I didn't see it. fireman's carried a guy to his back and pinned him in 6 seconds, which would be a school record except it's JV. All our records are based on varsity stuff. But he wanted me to mention that. And no matter what level it is, 6 seconds is pretty quick.
Yeah.
Freestyle anything. Okay. Wrestlers of the month. Go back to December for the first one, obviously, December 2002. This guy was 9-0, 5 falls in a major decision. Beat 3 ranked wrestlers in December. That would be Zach Ingalls. For January, we have a tie. We had 3 kids going undefeated in January. We got a 2-way tie. The first guy was 17-0, 10 falls, 1 technical fall, 3 majors. He beat 2 ranked kids. The other one was 14-0 with 6 falls, 3 techs, 1 major. Also beat 3 ranked guys, Charlie Edelson and Dane Ryder. And February, this is kind of a no-brainer. We've done this before. This will be about the 4th time for February. In the state tournament series, 17-0 with 13 falls, 2 technicals, a major, and a forfeit in there somewhere in a duel. When you're going 17-0 and just beating people up in the state tournament, that says something about his ability, obviously. So that would be CJ. We have a freshman of the year. Since, don't take this the wrong way, there weren't a whole lot of choices, JD. Like Wayne said, you know, he sticks his nose in there and wants to learn, wants to get better. He's already been to a freestyle. Okay, now, biggest upset of the year. And then I sat here and thought and thought and thought. And the problem we have is we have all these guys that are expected to win all the time. It's hard to come up with something here. What I finally came up with was this kid ended up finishing 4th in the state tournament at 189 pounds. Micah beat him clear back to the Bell Plain tournament 2-0. That would be our upset of the year for the year. We had a few options here. Obviously, we win a 4th state title, but the match is kind of boring, really, since he was so far ahead all the time. Makes it kind of easy for us, except we were trying to win a state title at the same time. A couple other matches. Dane down at the state tournament was ahead of that kid, what, about 10-0 in about 45 seconds? And won like 18-16? You're trying to kill me, aren't you? You guys don't know how much you aged me in 3 days. I slept for a month after that. That's about all I did. I'm sure there's others I've forgotten, but this is the one we came up with in the state semifinals when Charlie beat Nick Kenny from Pocahontas 3-2 to make the finals. Not a high score. His dad, not wanting to get called for stalling, was screaming at the ref about something, keep working that cradle, keep working that cradle. There was no way he was going to put that kid in the cradle. He's watching the clock, same as his dad was, and me. And we couldn't keep. CJ's trying to lose us a team point because he's out there on the mat almost.
That was
I was
coaching.
warming up.
You were warming up.
My match was over. My match was over, but I was warming up.
Cooling off. Cooling down.
Hey, I'm a 35-pounder. This kid's a 30-pounder. I'm not done.
Okay, most improved wrestler. Wrestler of the year, the no-brainer, of course. Come on up, this is going to take a while. Yeah, don't clap for a while, okay? I'll give you one of these or something. 4th state title, don't clap. 161-3. Won his last 149 matches. 102 falls in his career. The record holder was technical falls of like 17 in a career. I don't know how many majors. Again, only 2 escapes this year.
It's last on the team.
Yeah, I know.
Last on the team.
And most everybody knows that he's going to UNI next year, wrestle up there. They're an improving squad, improving quickly in the last year or so. Good luck to him there, obviously. Thing I want to go over real quick here is we've heard for a while how about he won his 4 state titles but didn't wrestle anybody. So I looked all this stuff up. because I like to do that sort of thing. 'Cause I beat my brother to it. He usually does that sort of thing. So we're going back to his freshman year here. First round, he beat a kid that was a two-time state qualifier. In the semis, he beat a kid that finished fourth, and second in high school. In the finals, he beat a defending champ who was a qualifier, a returning champion, and of course second that year. That's the first year. The next year, the first round, he beat a kid that got fifth and was a qualifier. The next year, he beat a kid that was a qualifier, and a fourth place finisher. The semis, he just thumped a kid, 17-2, something like that, who finished third and fourth in his career. In the finals, he beat a kid 16-4, that was a two-time runner-up. So of course, we're wrestling nobody here as we go along. His junior year, he beat a kid the first round that finished fifth. In the semis, he beat a kid that went third, first, second, first. We're the second. We're the reason why he was second.
No, you got third.
Or third. Yeah, third, excuse me. That's 3-1, 3-1. That's right, yeah. Second best kid. The finals, he beat a kid that was a qualifier, and obviously second. This year, he beat a kid that was fourth and fifth. And in the finals, he beat a guy that was a qualifier, a runner-up, a defending state champ, and a runner-up. So all those people that said he didn't wrestle anybody obviously weren't paying any attention. I think the problem was he beat him pretty handily. That's why they were saying he wasn't wrestling anybody. Because in his 16 matches at the state tournament, he had 6 falls, 3 technical falls, and 3 majors. Out of 16 matches. Four regular decisions. One of them was a 1-pointer, which about killed his dad, and a 5-pointer and a 7-pointer. So obviously, you know, I don't know what the complaints are about him not wrestling anybody. It obviously was, you know, and just the guys that, you know, were only one-time qualified, big deal he was there. You know, probably disposed of them pretty quickly. Some other stuff. Let's see. He broke our consecutive falls mark this year twice. It was 11. He had 15 falls in a row going about middle of January, and then he had a major intertech in there or something. Oh, our tournament probably. Yeah. And then he turned around right after that and had 17 in a row. So he broke that twice in 1 year. Yeah.
33 would have been a lot better.
Oh, in a row?
Yeah, 33.
Oh, yeah, that'd be fair. Yeah. That'd be something.
One match.
Yeah.
One match.
Oh, well, okay. He's won our tournament 4 times. There's only been 4 guys do that, I think. Career record holder in season winning percentage went undefeated 3 times, and a career winning percentage of 982, again another record, and holds our record for 3-point near falls in a year with 39. And 4th time, our wrestler of the year for the 4th time, you know him, CJ. Okay, now just to kind of review and let me yak for a couple minutes. What time is it? 10 to 9? Wow. I thought Tim used to talk. Now, raise the bar here every year in 7 years. I don't know how you can raise it after winning the state tournament. Of course, we only won 2 tournaments this year. Last year we won 6. This year we won 2. So I don't know what the problem was there.
It's because our legs are fresh.
We peaked. Right? We peaked. Yeah, our legs are fresh. Now, I think everybody's pretty much bought into what we're doing practice-wise and things like that now. We keep practices short. I think it helps at the end of the year. Most of these guys would agree with us. Except maybe Pablo. He's tired at the end of the year. He's doing double duty, though. Charlie's tired because he has to wrestle half good and he's dead. You're tired?
I just like to say I did tech Charlie in the second period.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh.
I ended him in 12 seconds.
Charlie?
Yeah.
Oh, I saw that. I remember that.
He cheated.
How do you cheat? How do you cheat?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell.
Okay, so here's the deal. When I started, I have never told anybody any of this stuff. I wrote this down when I got hired. And this is how ugly it was. I wrote this stuff down, just, you know, maybe far-fetched when I was writing this down at the time. The first year I wrote this stuff down, I wanted to win a duel. That's how ugly things were. And that's what we did the first year. We won a duel. Thank God for AP. And then one offer in there. Then it was like win 5 duels, which we did a year later. So I can throw this away. I wrote it all down. Then we wanted to win halfer duels, which we finally did in 2000. A couple things on my list we haven't done yet. I wanted to beat GR&T because we hadn't done that yet. We did that a couple times now. Union, and Bosco. We're close, not quite. We're getting there. Then we wanted to finish in the top half of the tournament. That only took 4 years. I'm telling you, it was bad. You've seen it. It was bad. Okay. And we wanted to win a tournament. We won the Nevada tournament a couple of years ago. And then the gang got here. These juniors now. We won the sectionals and districts a couple times. You know, first state qualifiers, Pablo. Yeah.
I started it all.
Yeah, you started.
Man.